Keanu, I need you to explain human psychology to me right now. I need to know why my brain completely betrays me. It is Friday evening, my absolute favorite television show just released a brand new season, and instead of watching it in my pajamas with a bowl of popcorn, my kitchen is covered in flour. I am currently baking 48 vanilla cupcakes from scratch for a coworker I do not even like.
Wait, 48 cupcakes? From scratch? Jenna, you told me yesterday that you were running on 4 hours of sleep, and you were completely exhausted from working all week. Why on earth did you agree to bake for a random office party on your only free night?
Because Susan from marketing caught me by surprise at the coffee machine. She cornered me. She looked super stressed about organizing the party. She looked at me with sad eyes, and my brain just panicked. I completely short-circuited. I smiled a massive fake smile and said, "Sure, Susan, no problem. I absolutely love baking for 50 people." Meanwhile, my inner voice was screaming, "Say no, you just want to sleep. Tell her to buy them at the supermarket."
The classic automatic yes. It is an incredibly hard habit to break, especially when you are put on the spot. We constantly sacrifice our own peace, our own free time, and our own precious weekends just to keep someone else comfortable. We literally trade our rest for their convenience. But honestly, Jenna, your cupcake disaster perfectly leads us into our main topic today. Welcome to the podcast, everyone.
Welcome back to our cozy little corner of the internet. This is the safe place where learning English is completely stress-free, natural, and feels just like hiding in your kitchen from the rest of the world. I'm Jenna.
And I'm Keanu. Wherever you are listening from today, whether you are commuting or cleaning your house, grab your coffee or your tea and get comfortable. Today, we are tackling a massive, very emotional topic: how to love yourself more than anyone else in a healthy, grounded way.
Yes, and let's be very clear from the beginning, guys. We do not mean loving yourself in a selfish, arrogant, or mean way. We're not telling you to ignore your friends. We're just talking about learning how to respect yourself and how to stop abandoning your own basic needs for other people.
Exactly. It is about balance. And please, make sure you stay until the very end of this episode, because the final tip we are going to share is the exact polite English phrase that saved my weekend last month when a family member tried to give me a massive, exhausting chore on a Sunday morning. It is a total lifesaver for people who cannot stop saying yes.
I desperately need to write that phrase down in my notebook. I will probably use it on Susan next week. But before we get to that secret, we have a tiny, gentle favor to ask our wonderful listeners.
Right. If you enjoy taking a quiet, cozy break with us, please take just 1 second to click the like button right now. It tells the YouTube algorithm that we are doing a good job, and it helps other English students find our community.
And please don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a session with us. All right, Keanu, how are you doing today? Let's do a quick mental check-in before we dive into the heavy vocabulary.
I am doing well, actually. Today I saw something very small, but it made me feel incredibly calm and hopeful.
Oh? What happened? Did you find a $20 bill on the sidewalk?
I wish. No. It was pouring rain outside, and I was waiting in a very long, very slow line at the local pharmacy. Everyone was wet, tired, and a little bit grumpy. The woman in front of me had a huge basket full of items: shampoo, magazines, snacks. It was going to take her a long time to pay. She turned around and she saw a tired guy behind her holding just one single box of medicine for a cold. He looked miserable.
Oh, I hate being stuck behind a huge shopping cart when I only have one item. What did she do?
She just smiled, stepped back, and let him go first. There was no big show, no applause, no looking around to see if anyone was watching, just a quiet kindness. She gave him 5 minutes of his life back.
Quiet kindness. I really, really love that phrase. It is so simple, but it stays with you. It changes the energy of the whole room.
It really does. Small things matter so much more than we think. What about you, Jenna? How are you feeling today, besides the cupcake panic? Are you finding any quiet moments?
Well, earlier today I was rushing everywhere. I was running around the house, dropping my keys, stressing about unread work emails, and making mental lists of everything I had to do. And then I just stopped. I parked my car in my driveway, and instead of rushing inside the house to start doing chores, I just sat there in the driver's seat.
In the silence, just staring at the steering wheel?
Yes, I turned off the engine, I put my phone in my bag, I closed my eyes, and I sat in the quiet car for exactly 5 minutes. I just listened to the rain hitting the windshield, and it felt like coming back to myself. The car was my absolute sanctuary.
Coming back to yourself. That is a beautiful, deeply necessary feeling. We spend all day living in other people's worlds, answering their messages, fixing their problems.
It really is. And maybe you, listening to us right now, whether you're driving in heavy traffic or folding laundry or walking your dog, maybe you also need that. A small, intentional return to yourself.
So today's topic is perfect for this exact moment. And just so you know, guys, this is a B1 to B2 level episode. If you are an intermediate student, this is perfect for you to expand your emotional and psychological vocabulary. If you are a beginner, you can absolutely still follow along.
Exactly. Just take the words you understand, practice the useful phrases in your head, and let the rest of the conversation wash over you like relaxing background music. That is still learning. You're training your ear to hear the natural rhythm of English.
So, let's talk about the absolute hardest part of loving yourself. The word we all fear. The word that makes people pleasers sweat. Boundaries.
Even just hearing that word gives me anxiety in my chest.
I know it does. But a boundary is just an invisible line you draw to protect your time, your physical energy, and your mental peace. For example, setting a boundary means turning off your work phone at 6 p.m. and refusing to look at emails. Or setting a boundary means saying no to baking cupcakes on your only night off.
Okay, but Keanu, when I try to set a boundary, when I even think about saying the word no to someone, I feel this heavy, terrible, sinking emotion in my stomach. I feel guilt.
Guilt, yes. Let's break that down for our students, because it is a very important noun. Guilt means you feel like you did something wrong. You feel like a bad person because you think you hurt someone's feelings or disappointed them.
Exactly. For example, I feel guilty for saying no to Susan from marketing, or she felt guilty for leaving the birthday party early. It is so loud in my head. It physically hurts my stomach.
It is very loud and it is very uncomfortable. But here's the profound secret about human psychology, Jenna. Guilt can be loud, but it is not always correct.
What do you mean by that? How can a feeling be incorrect?
Because feelings are not always facts. Just because you feel guilty doesn't mean you actually did something bad. You're not a criminal for wanting to rest. Your brain is just confused because it is used to making everyone else happy. You have trained your brain to be a people pleaser, so when you finally protect your energy, your brain sounds an alarm.
Wow. Guilt is loud, but it is not always correct. That is incredibly deep. I need to print that out and tape it to my bathroom mirror tomorrow morning.
Now let's look at the opposite feeling, because there is a consequence to never saying no. If you don't set boundaries, if you say yes to everyone forever, you eventually feel regret.
Oh, I know regret intimately. Regret means you feel sad, disappointed, and sometimes deeply angry about something you did or something you didn't do in the past.
Exactly. Regret is looking backward. For example, I regret not speaking up for myself in the office meeting when they stole my idea. Or, in your current situation, I regret saying yes to baking these cupcakes instead of resting.
Yes, I feel so much regret right now. I am staring at this bowl of sugar and I am angry. I do not want to live with regret anymore. It makes you feel bitter and exhausted. I am choosing a fresh start.
Okay, let's pause. That was a very heady, very useful word tour for today. We talked about quiet kindness, coming back to yourself,
people-pleasing, boundaries, guilt, and regret. You can replay this part of the podcast anytime you need a reminder of these definitions.
And please remember, guys, you are still learning English, and you are also still learning how to be kind to yourself. Making mistakes with your grammar and making mistakes with your boundaries, it is not a problem. It does not mean you're failing. That is the whole point of the journey. We are all just practicing.
Exactly. Practice makes progress. Now, before we go, I promised you guys the exact phrase I used to save my Sunday from becoming a stressful, sweaty nightmare.
Yes, please tell me. My pen is ready. I need this for Monday morning when I go back to the office.
Last month, a relative called me on a Friday afternoon. He asked if I could spend my entire Sunday helping him move heavy wooden furniture out of his garage and into a renting truck. I immediately felt the guilt wash over me. I really wanted to say yes just to make him happy and avoid a difficult conversation. But instead, I took a deep breath, I slowed down, and I said this: I would love to help you, but I am fully committed this weekend. I will not be able to make it.
Oh, that is so smooth and professional. I am fully committed this weekend. It sounds like you have incredibly important plans, like a business trip or a wedding or a meeting with the president.
The best part, my only plan was sleeping, drinking coffee slowly, and watching old movies on my couch. But my rest is a commitment to myself. I don't need to explain that to anyone. I don't owe anyone an itemized list of my weekend activities.
That is absolutely brilliant. You don't offer long, complicated excuses. You just state a fact. I am fully committed. Let's just sit with one small idea today, guys. Not 10 ideas, just one. If you remember only one thing from this entire episode, let it be this: the way you treat yourself teaches other people how to treat you.
Beautifully said. If you don't respect your own free time, nobody else will respect it either. And remember, you don't have to change your entire personality overnight. You don't have to become a completely different person. Just choose one small upgrade this week. Maybe set one small boundary with your phone. Maybe say one kinder sentence to yourself in the mirror when you wake up. Or maybe practice one no without giving a long, panicky explanation.
And if you want to make it real and practice your English writing skills, leave us one comment down below. Write one single line starting with, "This week I will," and finish it in your own words.
Yes, for example, this week I will rest without guilt. Or this week I will practice my English for 10 minutes every day. We read your comments with our morning coffee, and they honestly help inspire the other listeners in our global community.
If this episode helped you feel a little more peaceful and a little more confident today, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It tells YouTube, yes, more cozy English learning, please.
We are really proud of you for showing up for yourself today and for staying with us until the very end of the lesson. This is Jenna.
And this is Keanu. Good luck with your boundaries this week.
Take care of yourselves, guys. Have a beautiful, restful weekend. Bye.